Welcome back to Art Club. We've got yet another fun day where we're going to be making an adorable ladybug that demonstrates symmetry. So whatever we see on the one side, it's going to be reflected on the other side where they match up, right? That's what symmetry is all about. So a couple of clubs ago, I told you guys to hold on to that red bowl and that half sheet of black paper, right? We are going to be using those today. Other supplies that we might use today. So yes, we're using the black paper, but if you decide to decorate your ladybug in other ways, you might choose to use some other colors of paper, and that's okay. Of course, the red bowl, the glue. We might also want to use some googly eyes or eye stickers. Either one works, or you might make your own eyeballs for your cute little ladybug. So if you want to use the stickers or the googly eyes, those might be in a different bag. So just check that out. Scissors are going to be helpful for today. Maybe you want a permanent marker or a pencil. Those could be helpful today too. And then another optional supply would be some kind of like a white oil pastel or a white crayon or a white color pencil. Anything like that could work as well. Once again, it's optional. You'll see in the video where I'm using that, and then you can decide as an artist, do I want to do that or do I not? So let's get started here with our fun little project. So first and foremost, let's get out that black piece of paper. And you can see it is the same size as a computer piece of paper, right? So that's how big this is now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half and then fold it in half again. So folding it in quarters. So here we go. Folding it in half once and folding it in half again. Now usually, if you've taken art club before, I call this my 2-for-1 deal. Because normally we just fold our paper in half. And then anytime we cut one thing, since it's folded in half, we actually get 2. Well, my friends, this is an even better deal. This is a 4-for-1 because you can see anytime I cut one thing out, I'm actually going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 of that shape. Pretty good deal, huh? So the first shape that we are going to cut out is going to be a circle, and we're going to make 2 of them. Now, of course, we're cutting it out twice. Times 4, we're actually going to get 8. It's going to be amazing. So how big should these circles be? About the size of a quarter works well. So if you've got like one of the big glue sticks or a paint bottle or a quarter, go ahead and get those out. You can trace around them. Or honestly, you can just draw it, right? It doesn't need to be perfect. So I'm going to just take and I'm using a white color pencil just so it's easier to see. I'm just tracing that shape like so. Okay, so I want 2 of those circle shapes. All right, next to it then, I'm going to want 2 stick shapes, kind of like long rectangles. For reference, I would say about the size of like your finger. I'm going to be using my pinky, but for you it might be one of the longer fingers, maybe like your pointer finger. So kind of like to here. So that's about how long it's going to be. And then, so there's 1. These are going to end up being legs and antenna, just so you can kind of have an idea for the size. So there's 1, and here's going to be 2. So once again, I'm cutting out 2, but there's 4 layers, so that means I'm actually going to get 8. 6 legs plus 2 antenna equals 8. So here we go. Now that we've got those drawn out, let's go ahead and cut them out. And you want to be careful to like kind of really pinch that paper together so it's not shifting all over on you. It can be a little tricky. So pinch it down really, really well and go ahead and cut out your first circle. Now if at any point I'm going too fast in the demo video, feel free to pause it. Pause it, rewind it, Whatever works best for you. Okay, so I cut out one circle technically, but dun, da, 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 1, 2, 3, and 4. Such a good deal, right? Let's do it again. Get that guy out of the way. Here we go. Circle number 2. Once again, I'm pinching it really hard to make sure that it doesn't get all wibbly wobbly on me. Cutting around and around. If for some reason, if your paper's really thick and it's hard to cut through, you can always cut it more times, like cut 2 out at a time instead of all 4. Do what works best for you as an artist. But our goal is going to be to get 8 of those circles. Next, I'm going to cut out my rectangles. I'm actually going to cut this out one at a time. Like that, okay. So coming down, once again, pinch it so it doesn't wiggle on you. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, and did I do it right? Yes, I did. There's the 4th one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. One last rectangle to go. Cutting it out, pinching it, making sure it doesn't wiggle. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got all the supplies we need. Yay. All right. I'm going to also need one more circle. Any guesses what it'll be for? The head, right? We need a head. So find a spot on here, and we're just going to cut out a nice big circle. So for me, I'm going to use right here. I only need one, so I don't have to have it folded anymore. I'm just going to cut out, once again, if you want to trace something, you could use like, a mug or a mason jar if you want to trace out the shape of the circle first, but you can see I don't have any of that nearby, so I'm just going to kind of cut it out by hand here. And if I see maybe like this looks kind of like a corner here, if I want to trim any of that up, I certainly may. There we go. We've got all of the bits and pieces we need, so let's begin our assembly. All right, I'm going to want some antenna on my ladybug, so I'm going to put a little glue here and a little glue here. Keeping that idea of symmetry in mind, so whatever we do on one side, we want to do the same on the other. And you can see, if I were, I'm not going to, but if I were to fold this in half, they would match up, right? Okay, what else might we want on our ladybug's face? Maybe we want some eyeballs, right? I've been really loving these stickers with the eyelashes. I don't know, something about a ladybug with eyelashes. It just, I feel that. So I'm going to be adding some of these, but you could use your googly eyes. You could draw your own on, whatever you would like. Okay, so I've got an eye here, which means I need an eye there, keeping it symmetrical, of course. Then, let's see, I might want to add a smile on here. Where did my white pencil go? There it is. So maybe I want to add a smile like this. If I add a little smile line on this side, I want to add a smile line on that side to keep it symmetrical, right? All right, that's looking pretty cute. Now, of course, if you want to decorate it with other things too, now's your chance. Go ahead and do that. But whenever you're ready, come on back and let's glue the head to the front of our bowl. So I'm going to have to put glue kind of all over on this bottom half here. There we go. And we'll glue that on down here. Looking pretty cute, but there's still more fun to come. To add to our symmetry, let's go ahead and grab out a permanent marker or whatever you've got, and I'm going to actually draw the line. You know how the ladybug's wings kind of come down, they meet in the center? So I'm going to draw that line. That's also going to help me as I'm placing the dots and stuff on my ladybug, it's going to help me make sure that I'm getting it symmetrical. So let's do that next. Every time I place one dot somewhere, so maybe this one's going to go right here, right in the middle, I got to make sure I'm putting one in the same spot on the other side, right? Maybe we've got a dot that goes kind of back here. That means I'm going to need one right here, aren't I? So go ahead and fill up the sides, and you might not use them all. That's okay. It kind of depends on how big your dots are. Mine are pretty big. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit all 8 of them, but I sure can try. All right, so go ahead and glue those on. I'm not going to make you watch me glue all of them because we still have to get to the legs. So bugs, as you probably know, have 6 legs. They're going to have 3 on one side and 3 on the other. Once again, keeping that symmetry, right? So let's go ahead. We'll add the glue just to the ends of the legs. We don't need to glue the whole thing because otherwise we'd have a bunch of glue getting stuck elsewhere. There we go. Getting those all glued down. And of course, as you know, whatever we do on this side, we also want to do on the other side. You know, looking at where are they placed over here, try to place them in the equivalent location on the other side. Oh my goodness, is this ever looking cute. And of course, if you've got other ideas for your sweet little ladybug, if you want to put a bow on her head, or you want to decorate her with something else, absolutely you may. But how cute is that looking, our little symmetrical ladybug. I hope you've enjoyed, and don't forget to add your beautiful photos from all this week into the Hall of Frame. Any of those photos that you're willing to share, I can't wait to see them. Have a fantastic rest of your day.